We're going to run some rounds through this thing. These are MagTech, probably 158. Magazine goes into the gun under a closed slide. Now, there's a guy by the name of Z-Dragon52 who did a little video on how to slow feed rounds. We're going to emulate that. You don't need to slingshot a gun to get things to feed properly. If you have to slingshot your weapon to get things to feed, you probably have a few issues with it that need to be addressed. We're getting down there. Now this is the last round. I want you to notice what happens. If you have a rimmed round and you drop the slide on it, the nose of the cartridge goes down and up. There's the down into the chamber. This gun, or this particular slide setup, does not have the old barrel hood. We call them hoods, some people call them extensions. But this is the missing part right here. Occasionally these would break off. We don't really know why yet. We have suspicions. These are just a mixed load of dummy cartridges. They'll work upside down. No problem. Let's see, we got some empty cases here. Let's see how that goes. No, not on that one. Doesn't really tell you too much anyway, except that your gun will feed an empty case. What else have we got? Alright. Coonan magazines require a little bit of different procedure to load. Because of the articulated follower, you can generally load 3 or 4 just with your thumb. Now, if you have trouble, like I'm a little weaker now than I was 20 years ago, you can take this magazine, you put the rim of the cartridge just ahead of the feed lips, you push it down and flip it. It pushes the stack down. It's easy to do. You don't need the loading pin. I have a loading pin here. Let's see. The little hole in the follower pin is made to accept this loading device. So then you can just pull it down with your fingers, drop the rounds in. It's quite simple to do. Generally. Got one more here. And it saves you a little bit of trouble trying to push and flip, but it works well. But if you don't happen to have the loading pin, you're not out anything. You just can load it back on. And we have some double ended wad cutters. Put the base here again, push it down, flip it, put the base down, flip, base down, flip it for the 7th one, there we go. Dan does that. I just got into the habit years ago. So now we've got the wad cutters. Get rid of these so they don't mix those up. And if we wanted to shoot 38 specials, magazine's out, chamber's empty, pop the slide stop, take the assembly off. Now this is another thing I wanted to mention. Model A guns had a partially split frame for the trigger to fit into. You wouldn't think that they'd feed at all, but they do. I made this slide extra lightweight because I was running a pretty light 38 load through it. And I had cut the springs on the original 38 magazines. I have some 38 specials in here. Operates quite a bit slower.